What's up guys, this is Alexander King and I'm extremely excited about this one. Guys, today we're going to listen together to some Lovebites. Now for those of you, and this is going to sound like a recurring theme in the last few videos, but for those of you that are familiar with the channel from the Guitar Gent days, you guys know that I really enjoyed listening to Lovebites, especially, you know, the technical side. The technical skills that these ladies have, it's absolutely astonishing. It's incredible. The guitar playing, the piano, even the piano compositions. But most importantly, again, the word composition. It's not just technical extravaganza or whatever you want to call that, which sometimes it's the problem I feel with some bands that have some very talented and technical musicians. You can just get a bit carried away, maybe with certain guitar solos or some very intricate parts. But the formula worked so well in those songs that I listened to and we listened to together on this channel. So I'm extremely excited. From what you guys told me, this is a song, a recently new song. I also see that they released a song 3 days ago, and again, you guys told me in the last reaction that we did together for Bandmade that they just released a new record, like their comeback record after a short hiatus. Again, thanks to what you guys told me, I know that the bass player left the band. I'm extremely excited also to see that and to see how the new bass player fits in the whole scheme of things, because the rhythmic section I think was the thing that really allowed the guitars and the great voice to shine in all of their songs. So without further ado guys, Lovebites, this is Judgment Day. I'm so curious guys. Let's go. Also 6 minutes long, which if you guys know me, you know that I like long songs. The bass right away, I love that. I guess it works as an introduction. Whoa! Ah, nice. It's reminding me a lot of early 2000 Dream Theater. Very dark though. Iron Maiden. It's such a good riff, guys. It's so intense. Oh, I love this. Chorus, let's go. Ah, this is pure power metal goodness, I should say. With the lead guitar as well. Ah, nice. Oh, nice. It's such a tasty modulation on the riff. Ah, let's go. chromatic modulation, so they just move the riff a bit higher just to create more dynamics in the song. And again, you hear that it just shifting higher and higher, makes it more interesting. And shredding, Jesus Christ. Keep it going. These transitions are so tasty. Again, remind me a lot of Dream Theater. But the verse, I'll talk about that a bit more later on in the analysis, guys. The bass, guys, the bass. I love this. Jesus Christ. Oh, nice, even the bass coda. I guess if this is actually in the... if it's going to be in the record as well, or just for the video. But again, one more element that reminds me of Iron Maiden and the new wave of British heavy metal. Oh guys, this was so good. Jesus, I missed them. Now the first thing that I want to point out, there are a lot of things, guys, that I do want to mention, but the first thing that I think it's right to address is the bass and the rhythmic section in general. I didn't spend a lot of words during the reaction for the drums, but you guys know that it's just so solid, absolute machine. But the bass, so tasty. I remember what I was saying at the before we started listening to the song. I said that in Lovebites, the rhythmic section is what allows the great guitar solos. If you listen to it closely, there is always the split, especially if you have some good headphones, you can hear the split between the two guitars, and they're always playing something like a lead harmony or a lead melody on top of the riff. What allows them to do that so well, it's the solidity. Is that even a word in English? It's how solid the rhythmic section is. And because the bass, so tasty, it doesn't go crazy, so it's not over the top, but when there is a little bit of space, so at the end of a phrase, to transition into the next one, you could hear many times that she just went and played some crazy licks, which again were extremely tasty, not overdone. Guitar wise, guys, what can I say? Like, this is always for me like the overweight kid getting into the Willy Wonka chocolate factory. As a guitar player, I'm nowhere near to that level of technicality and technical skills, but again, as I said before, it's not only the technique, it's the taste in the note selection and in the lick selection, and it's not overdone, it's not overly technical, it's just mind-blowing. And they kept on going back and forth like a guitar duo, like old school. I love that stuff. I love that stuff. I can nerd about these things for hours. The guitar tones were impressive, and the one thing that I did want to touch upon as well, guys, which is very important production-wise, this is a very full song. So there are a lot of layers. There is the drums, there are the... I don't think it's an actual orchestra, I think it's like a synth with a string sound. I might be wrong, correct me if you guys know that. There is the rhythmic guitar, there are the lead guitars, and there is the voice. And the voice is so loud and so prominent in the song, like when she sings, it's in your face, and it is exactly how it should be in a power metal song. But still, you get clarity, like you can actually pick every single instrument, what they're playing all the time. Maybe not all the time, like there are some phrases where I couldn't necessarily at a first listen at least understand what each guitar was playing, but again, it's a first listen. If you actually sit down with a good pair of headphones again and you listen to it closely, I'm sure that you can actually understand. You can understand what they play, then try to play that and replicate it. It's another topic, and I will not attempt that. And just one last thing, guys, that I do want to touch upon, besides of course the vocal performance, which was phenomenal as always. It was like a perfect mix of so many different influences in this song. Like I remember clearly from the songs that we listened from them in the past together, that there was a very strong classical music influence, of course, in certain songs, mixed in with the classic power wave of British heavy metal like Judas Priest and Iron Maiden. You still get that. You get the symphonic element, you get the Iron Maiden reference, especially in the verses, I think. I also think that you get, as I mentioned, the progressive elements in those transitions. For example, at the end of the chorus, that modulation is so beautiful, and then it's not necessarily a progressive element, but also that chromatic scale, I want to say, that they do towards the end under the guitar solos. So they keep on playing it like one chromatic step up, so it moves, and this makes it more interesting because, of course, if you're playing always on the same notes, on the same riff, then it can sound a little bit boring. Maybe boring is not the right word, but it can sound a little bit monotonous, especially if you have such a long guitar solo section. So for someone that is not a guitar nerd as myself, maybe that can become a bit heavy to listen to, but they keep on switching it, so it keeps it interesting and keeps on adding intensity and dynamics to the whole song. So yeah, guys, extremely happy to hear this. I'm very curious to listen to the whole album, to be honest. Let me know if there are any other specific songs that you guys want me to react to from this record before I go and listen to the whole damn thing. So if there are some standout tracks, do let me know. So yeah, guys, as always, thanks for tuning in, all that stuff, subscribe, like, whatever, blah blah blah. You can find me on social media, aka Alexander King Music. It's always fun, and I'll catch you at the next one. Bye.